Whitney's death, did you see that coming? Did you?
No, I didn't.
You had no idea it was that bad?
No. I don't remember too much else after that.
Cissy Houston. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We gathered today to honor and reflect on the incredible life of the legendary American soul and gospel singer Cissy Houston, whose voice has touched millions of people in the world. As we honor her memory, we kindly ask you to like this video, comment, share your favorite memories of Cissy Houston, and subscribe for more stories about the legends who have shaped the world. Let's take a moment to celebrate the incredible life and legacy of our beloved Cissy Houston. Cissy Houston was born Emily Drinkard on September 30th, 1933, in Newark, New Jersey, to parents Nitcholas and Delia Drinkard. Her family was deeply rooted in music, with the Drinkard household often filled with the sounds of gospel. Her parents were devout Christians, and their faith played a significant role in shaping her upbringing. Cissy was the youngest of 8 children, and from an early age, she displayed an exceptional talent for singing, which became a source of pride and hope for her family. Cissy attended Southside High School in Newark, where she honed her musical skills. While education was important, her true calling always seemed to lie in music. She was a natural performer, captivating audiences with her strong, soulful voice even as a young woman. However, it was her deep gospel roots that defined her early musical journey. Houston was the mother of singer and actress Whitney Houston, the aunt of singers Dionne Warwick and Dee Warwick, and a cousin of opera singer Leontyne Price. Houston was the grandmother of Whitney Houston's only child, Bobbi Kristina Brown. Houston was a founding member of the R&B group The Sweet Inspirations and sang backup for artists such as Roy Hamilton, Dionne Warwick, Elvis Presley, Aretha Franklin, and Chaka Khan. Houston embarked on a solo career in 1970 and won 2 Grammy Awards in the traditional gospel album category. The Drinkard Singers career. Houston's singing career began in 1938 when she joined her sister Ann and brothers Larry and Nicky in the gospel singing group The Drinkard Four. Lee, who would later become the mother of singers Marie Dionne Warwick and Delia Juanita Dee Warwick, later joined the group along with Ann Drinkard Moss and Marie Drinkard Epps, and the group was renamed the Drinkard Singers. It was while performing on Drinkard Singers that Cissy Houston made her television debut on TV Gospel Time. Houston and the Drinkard Singers regularly performed at New Hope Baptist Church and later recorded a live album for RCA called A Joyful Noise, becoming one of the first gospel acts to release a gospel album on a major label. The Drinkard Singers also earned success performing at Carnegie Hall and the Newport Jazz Festival. The Sweet Inspirations. In 1963, then about to give birth to daughter Whitney Houston, she formed the Sweet Inspirations with Doris Troy and niece Dee Warwick. Later, under contract to Atlantic Records, Sylvia Schemmel, Estelle Brown, and Myrna Smith formed the lineup. During the mid-1960s, the Sweet Inspirations provided backup vocals for a variety of artists, including Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett, Lou Rawls, The Drifters, Dusty Springfield, and Houston's niece Dionne Warwick. They appeared on Van Morrison's single Brown-Eyed Girl. Houston performed the descant on the Aretha Franklin hit Ain't No Way. In 1967, the Sweet Inspirations sang background vocals for the Jimi Hendrix Experience on the track Burning of the Midnight Lamp. In 1969, they were hired to sing backing vocals for American singer Elvis Presley in Las Vegas on his return to live performances during July and August 1969. Presley often introduced them at shows by saying, "They really live up to their name, ladies and gentlemen, the Sweet Inspirations." Many of these performances can be heard on the All Shook Up and Live in Las Vegas live records. Performing with Elvis Presley was Houston's final gig with the Sweet Inspirations. As her children were growing bigger, she decided to stop touring and focus on her career as a recording artist. Solo career and session musician, Cissy began to emerge as a solo artist in the early 1970s. Her first solo album, presenting Cissy Houston 1970, was a modest success. Throughout her career, she became one of the most sought-after session musicians, lending her voice to countless hits, including some of the most iconic songs of the era. She worked with artists such as Van Morrison, Luther Vandross, and Chaka Khan. Her voice became a key element in shaping the sound of the soul, gospel, and R&B scenes during the 1970s and beyond. Gospel soloists and duets. Gospel music remained a cornerstone of Cissy's life. As a solo gospel artist, she released albums that were deeply rooted in her faith. Her 1996 album Face to Face earned her a Grammy Award for Best Traditional Soul Gospel Album. She also performed duets with her daughter Whitney Houston, as well as other artists, and became known for her emotional and spiritually charged performances. New Hope Baptist Church Youth Inspirational Choir. Cissy was more than a performer. She was also a mentor. As the director of the New Hope Baptist Church Youth Inspirational Choir, she dedicated herself to guiding the next generation of gospel singers. Under her leadership, the choir became one of the most respected in the gospel world. This role was particularly close to her heart, as it allowed her to continue her legacy of faith, family, and music. More about her personal life. Marriages and children. Cissy Houston's personal life was filled with love and challenges. She was married twice. Her first marriage was to Freddie Garland in 1955, with whom she had a son, Gary Garland, born 1957, an NBA basketball player and DePaul University Athletic Hall of Famer. Their marriage was short-lived, and they divorced soon after. In 1959, Cissy married John Russell Houston Jr., with whom she had two more children. Michael Houston, born 1961, a songwriter and road manager, and daughter Whitney, born 1963 and died 2012, who went on to be a world-renowned singer, actress, and entertainer. John and Cissy's marriage turned volatile, and by 1977, they agreed to legally separate, though they remained married until 1991. Houston has 6 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren. Cissy's devotion to her children was profound, especially her bond with Whitney. She nurtured Whitney's musical talent from a young age, guiding her to become one of the most successful singers of all time. However, Cissy also faced heartbreaking moments as a mother, particularly with Whitney's struggles with addiction. The death of Whitney Houston in the late 1990s, when her daughter Whitney began to struggle with drug addiction, Cissy staged several interventions to get her into rehabilitation programs. In 2012, Cissy Houston faced the unimaginable pain of losing her daughter, Whitney Houston. Whitney's tragic passing at the age of 48 was a devastating blow for Cissy, one that she spoke about in her 2013 memoir, Remembering Whitney. In the book, she reflected on their relationship, Whitney's struggles, and the deep sorrow of losing her beloved daughter. Despite the tragedy, Cissy remained strong in her faith, finding comfort in the love and support of her family and church community. About Cissy's death and health. In her later years, Cissy faced various health issues but remained resilient. She continued to stay active in her church and in the lives of her family and grandchildren. Cissy Houston died at her home in Newark on October 7, 2024, at the age of 91. She had been in hospice care for Alzheimer's disease. Lifestyle, net worth, houses, and cars. Cissy Houston lived a life of modest comfort, grounded in her faith. Her work as a session musician, solo artist, and gospel leader earned her a steady income. Her net worth at the time of her death was estimated to be around $7 million. Though she was not one to flaunt her wealth, Cissy owned a home in East Orange, New Jersey, where she lived for many years. In terms of lifestyle, Cissy was deeply religious and devoted to her family. Her home was filled with love, music, and the warmth of her faith. While she may have owned a few luxury items, such as cars, Cissy was not known for living extravagantly. Legacy. Cissy Houston's legacy is one that spans generations. As a singer, she helped shape the sound of gospel and R&B music for decades. Her influence extended to her children, particularly Whitney, whose career was a direct reflection of Cissy's musical guidance. Cissy's work as a session singer put her voice on some of the most iconic records in American music history. Her impact as a gospel leader, mentor, and mother will continue to be felt for years to come. She leaves behind a legacy of resilience, faith, and extraordinary talent. Let her soul rest in peace. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and like this video, comment below, share to friends, and subscribe to our channel.